Hello everybody, my name is Kazu. Nice to meet you. This is my this is part of my 365-day daily challenge speaking English for 30 minutes straight using total set questions, no script, just spontaneous answers. Just like the real exam. Let's get started. So today is day 177. Today is Monday. Today is Monday. I picked my nose. For the first time. Yeah, let's review from 2 days ago. But this area started to hurt. Also, when I was running, I went for a run in Yoyogi Park. To the Yoyogi Park でもいいんだよね。I went for a run to Yoyogi Park. I went for a run to Yoyogi Park. Ah. I went to Yoyogi Park to go for a run. 合ってたじゃんじゃあ。I went to Yoyogi Park to go for a run. I went to Yoyogi Park to go for a run. Yeah, the first time I said I went to Yogi Park to go for a run, but ChatGPT corrected my English to I went for a run in Yogi Park. So I was right, maybe. Anyway, I was right. So yeah. So I went to Yoyogi Park to go for a run. I didn't say that. I went to Yoyogi Park for a run, something like that. I went to Yoyogi Park to go for a run. And I was planning to run for 5 kilometers, but I couldn't because this area, my right flank だっけ? Yeah, my right flank started to hurt. started to hurt. So I stopped. But I made 5 kilometers. So 4 kilometers. I want to congratulate myself for that. And the name of this area, I looked it up later. Then I found that it is called diaphragm. Is it diaphragm? No. What is diaphragm? So it's called side or flank. Oh, so diaphragm is the, yeah. And then I searched more the reason why I started to hurt. My right flank started to hurt. So one possible reason was I didn't do enough warm-up. So my diaphragm couldn't get enough oxygen. One possible reason is that I didn't do enough warm-up before the main exercise, before running, before the running. So my diaphragm couldn't get enough oxygen, then started to hurt. I started to run when I went on the train, when the rain stopped. I started running every morning. I started waking up at 5 a.m. every day. When I met her for the first time. Yes, and on the day of the session, you go to the store and they have a designed area to check your form. At that time, she was the staff member in charge of me. I was talking about the girl. I am interested in. So I met her for the first time at the form checking session. I applied for. So on the day, I signed up for the form checking session to check my learning form, because I was curious. I was worried about whether my running form was good or not. So on the day of the session, I went to the store, and the store had a designed area to check my form. And then I met her for the first time at the session. So she was the staff member and in charge of me. It was only 4 minutes long. After that session, I signed up for another session. She invited me. So that was the running session. That was our running session, and the beginning of the session we did very hard training. It's called the Tabata style training. It was just only 4 minutes long, but it was very hard. You do 20 seconds of hard exercise and 10 seconds rest. So repeat that 8 times. Then it is 4 minutes long. So after that training, we went for a run for 5 kilometers, and after that we came back to the store, and we had a little chat, I and her. She even talked to me after the session, and so I got interested in her. Then when I tried to leave the store, she came all the way to say goodbye to me. And that was the whole story. So, and I also applied for the next session, and I'm gonna give her my contact information at the session. Actually, a friend of mine recommended me to use. Actually, a friend of mine recommended me to use ChatGPT's conversation system. So you can have a chat with ChatGPT, and ChatGPT speak English fluently, and even he corrects my English too if I ask him. So a friend of mine recommended me to use it. Yeah, but ChatGPT, yeah, I actually tried it yesterday, but he tried to talk to me after each sentence, so he can't wait for me. He can't wait when I stop talking. So it's a little bit annoying. So I don't know, I should use it or not. That was when I met her for the first time. On the day of the session, I went to the store and they had a special area to check your running. Designed area to check my form. At that time, she was the staff member in charge of me. I was talking about the girl I'm interested in. So I met her for the first time at the form checking section. It was a form checking that I had applied for. I had applied for. I had actually signed up for the form checking session to check my running form because I was curious. I was worried about whether my running form was good or not. On the day of the session, I went to the store and they had a special area to check my running form, and that's when I met her for the first time. That's the moment I met her for the first time. She was the staff member in charge of me. The session was only 4 minutes long. After the session, I signed up for another session. She invited me. That one was a group running session. That was our running session. At the beginning of the session, we did a really hard workout. It's called the Tabata style training. It was only 4 minutes long, but it was really hard. You do 20 seconds of hard exercise and then rest for 10 seconds. You repeat that 8 times. That adds up to 4 minutes. After that training, we went for a 5 kilometers. After that training, we went for a 5-kilometer run. After that, we went back to the store. Then she and I had a little chat. She even came over to talk to me after the session, so I became interested in her. Then when I tried to leave the store, she came all the way to say goodbye to me. That was the whole story. I will sign up for the next session. I also sign up for the next session. I'm gonna give her my contact information at the session. Actually, a friend of mine recommended that I... そうなんだ。ほにゃららto me か。A friend of mine recommended that I use ChatGPT's conversation feature. You can chat with ChatGPT. It speaks English fluently and can even correct my English if I ask. My My friend recommended it to me. My friend recommended it to me. Yeah, my friend recommended it to me. Actually, tried ChatGPT yesterday, but it tried to talk to me after each sentence, so I couldn't wait for me. It couldn't wait for me to finish. It couldn't wait for me to finish. It didn't wait for me when I paused. So it was a little annoying. I don't really know whether I should use it or not. Yeah, anyway. But I have to practice for TOEFL tests, especially speaking sections. So it is I guess a good way to use ChatGPT's conversation feature is that I should let him make some TOEFL speaking questions, and then I answer those questions and let him correct my English. Yeah, that's the way I think good. I think it is a good way to use it. It is the good way to use it. かな。I'm frustrated that the speed of my learning speed I am really frustrated that my learning speed is very slow. So I feel like my speaking skills aren't improving. I have to practice for TOEFL tests, especially the speaking section. I have to practice for the TOEFL test, especially the speaking section. So I guess a good way to use ChatGPT's conversation feature is to have it make some TOEFL speaking questions, answer those questions, then I have it correct, have it So I guess a good way to use ChatGPT's conversation feature is to have it make some TOEFL speaking questions, and I answer those questions. So I answer those questions and then have it correct my English. So the subject is me already, so I don't need to repeat saying I. That's the way I think is good. I think that's a good way to do it. That's the way I think is good. I think that's a good way to do it. I think that's a good way to do it. I'm really frustrated because I feel like my progress is so slow and it seems like my speaking skills aren't improving. I'm really frustrated because I feel like my progress is so slow and it seems like my speaking skills aren't improving. I feel really frustrated because I'm not improving as fast as I want. I'm really I feel like my speaking skills aren't improving. I feel really frustrated because I'm not improving as fast as I want, especially in speaking. I feel really frustrated. I feel really frustrated because I'm not improving as fast as I want. Especially, I feel like my progress is so slow, and it seems like my speaking skills aren't improving. Yeah, of course, of course, of course, my speaking skills are improving. How about improving? But yeah, it's slow still. Anyway, yeah, 3 minutes left. So today I have to go to. I have to go to see a dentist to check my teeth. And today after work, I have to go to see a dentist to check my teeth, like periodical check. So that's that's the that's the only plan I have today after work. And I want to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow too. Today after work, I have to go to the dentist for a routine checkup. That's the only plan I have for today after work, and I wanna wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow as well. Today after work, I have to go to the dentist. I have to go to the dentist for a routine checkup. For a routine checkup. That's the only plan I have for today after work. And I want to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow as well. Thank you so much. Bye bye.